Hello, my name is Dante Renee, and welcome to the 10 Room Bizarro YouTube page where I talk about films that I believe need to be talked about more. Like tonight's film, this is 1992's Howard Stern Butt Bongo Fiesta from 1992. This is only released on video cassette VHS here from 1992, the Howard Stern Butt Bongo Fiesta. Says in the front, Howard Stern's brand new groundbreaking ball-breaking comedy video. And yes, indeed, folks, I'm treating this as a film. It is a video, and that is what we are looking at tonight. A video that needs to be talked about more. On the back of this tape, it says, C, female cheeks getting bongoed. C, a tribute to vagina. C, Jessica Hahn and the elephant's trunk. C, more breasts than you can count. C, 3D Jungle Man. C, a human ape eat his own booger. Tag along on a real live lesbian date, and this was put out by Infinity Broadcasting Corporation, and it says, for mature audiences only. This cassette contains frank discussions about sex and sexually suggestive behavior. Parental caution is advised. You know, interestingly enough, this tape would definitely be rated, it'd be R or unrated, without a doubt. So it's so interesting. Here's an example of being able to bypass the MPAA completely during the video store era, where you could just get in these cassettes straight to video. Howard Stern had a very successful radio show at this time, and when it was free, and he was releasing a few tapes. And this was one of them right here. And this, I remember seeing this in my video store. You could rent it. It was kind of in the miscellaneous sports section of the video store. And I remember him talking about these on his Channel 9 show, as well as his radio show as well. So let's look at Butt Bongo Fiesta right here. The back of what I just read really kind of gives you a couple glimpses of what this is. The interesting thing is when I pop this in, it's so interesting to hear Howard Stern really kind of, saying this videotape, this video cassette, this was made for VHS. Will this ever see the light of day on DVD? Will any of his VHSs ever see the light of day on DVD? I have no idea whatsoever, but you can still pick these up used on eBay and Amazon. Now, the Butt Bongo Fiesta, interestingly enough, with the title of this tape, the actual Butt Bongo Fiesta doesn't happen until the end of the tape, and it is quite spectacular. And actually, the girls in the front, at least one of them, at least I believe, are actually in here. Now, what's so interesting about this is that it really has a homegrown kind of variety show type of vibe to it. And there's a party going on with the main cast at that time of Howard Stern's radio hosts and radio crew. And then like about 10 girls with huge breasts, or all different size breasts, and balloons and confetti. And they're just kind of sitting in this empty room. And Howard Stern is going through some videotapes. Actually, there's a VCR right next to him. And he's going through some videotapes of some interviews with fans of him on the streets have wanted. And as they say those things, then Howard Stern then takes you to something that they obviously organized ahead of time, sometimes involving the girls that are in the room there at their little makeshift party, and sometimes something completely different. Now, we have these elaborate sets and elaborate kind of just productions on a low-budget makeshift TV studio type of world at the same time for each one of the clips that Howard Stern brings us to. There is this bizarre jungle type of vibe, this jungle story that supposedly is in 3D, but I don't know if 3D glasses originally came with this tape, but there was kind of these bizarre animated 3D effects kind of in front of the screen while you were watching it. makeshift synthesized, orchestrated, synthesized music throughout all these pieces in here. We have crazy things just involving his own cast and making fun of his own cast on his radio show, as well as kind of the jungle exploitation vibe with a real elephant and women's breasts. Jessica Hahn is in here as well, a lot. You actually see her breasts and her vagina. Jessica Hahn was very well known around this time for being in that Sam Kinison music video, as well as having some affairs with some popular religious folks at the time. And what's interesting in here as well is we have a kind of a game show, kind of identifying who the Jew is, and we have a KKK member there. We have a black woman there, so we have some of that as well. There is a lot of just craziness in here. We kind of go with a lesbian dating game, and Howard Stern is playing a variety of characters all throughout this. And the cameras go with the two lesbians on their date, and there's a bit of nudity and kissing. We have so many different kind of, worlds in here. We have some clips that some Howard Stern fans submitted in that Stern shows of people doing some weird tricks, as well as a totally naked pregnant woman dancing. Her husband's taping her. The tribute to vagina is almost in this museum-like way. For those people who are familiar with Philadelphia radio at this time, it's actually represented in the Bongo Fiesta tape, and in a way that maybe some people who weren't aware of Philadelphia or who weren't from Philadelphia or in general might be a bit confused, might not know exactly what he was referring to. But I guess he was referring to this a lot on his radio show. So if people were familiar with his radio show, they would definitely know this. There's a piece in here that kind of takes you live to when he came to Philadelphia with his crew, and he was beating the popular Philadelphia disc jockeys at the time. So he did a funeral for that disc jockey. And then there's something really bizarre that goes on involving that disc jockey's wife as well in here. Howard Stern is, making mistakes. He's having a blast with Robin. There's a real cool sit-down party-like vibe to this tape because you're sitting down, you're watching it. He's taking you through his own tapes, and then you're cutting to these productions that were filmed for this tape. We have, religious jokes. We have racial jokes, lots of sexual jokes. We even have a game show where a guy has to pick between three women's and pick his girlfriend. He's blindfolded and based on the smells of their vaginas. Now on this tape, you will get prolific topless nudity of all different shapes and sizes. You will get thongs and butts, and you will even get some vagina images in here as well, and lingerie, and lots of great 80s hair. And it really climaxes with what the title of this tape is, which is the Bongo Fiesta, which is complete with, a Latino backing band, a studio audience, lots of, Spanish jokes and Spanish language jokes, and also just fabulous Bongo Fiesta contests. And I have to tell you, one of the special things about this tape as well is a lot of the people in here are just real people off the streets that were fans of Howard Stern's radio show. So the girls that are having their butt cheeks slapped in a butt bongo party at the end, as well as various other characters that kind of cascade across the screen. And when I think about this tape, I think about it as an error. I think about it as a snapshot of an era from 1992 where, it's just so interesting. I mean, yeah, you have some big people, you have Jessica Hahn being naked in here, but you also have these, as one person said, I'm a mother. These housewives, these dating couples, and they are forever immortalized on this tape. This tape is, long out of print. It's gone. You can only buy it, secondhand sellers, and it never made the move to DVD. It was kind of a, Howard Stern made a few tapes, and this was one of them. But it's so interesting to me to think about these people are immortalized. How old are they right now? They're immortalized on tape in the BONGO Fiesta. And if you're into amateur nudity and things like that, you're going to love this for those reasons as well. It's a great time. If you love Howard Stern, obviously you're going to love it. If you love kind of adult variety show, vibes, you're going to love it. There is a lot of goofiness. There's a lot of potty humor as well in the mix. There's some great outtakes at the end of this tape. Look at the fast credits at the end of the tape as well, because you will find some things in the credits that are humorous and wacky. This is from the era where anything went, offensive on all the different levels. And if you love that, and there's a beautiful snapshot of the offensiveness and the beauty of that, and the beautiful snapshot of this world from 1992 that you can live in right now when you watch BONGO Fiesta. Howard Stern was 38 years old during this, so this was quite some time ago, and it really kind of gives you, if you're fans of exploitation, with the jungle, the story, and if you're fans of, shock humor and just sitting back at night, relaxing and pushing play and entering into this variety show that really, really needs to be on VHS. The fact that it's on VHS makes this world all the better. BONGO Fiesta from Howard Stern, 1992. Truly, there's nothing like this anymore. This is made for VHS. This is a tape to watch at home, never in theaters. To watch in the privacy of your home at a party, people drinking beer, eating popcorn, having a great time. And you're going to see men and women having a great time here as well. Thank you so much for watching the 10 Room Bizarro YouTube page, where I talk about films that I believe need to be talked about more, like the BONGO Fiesta VHS tape from 1992. Please feel free to check out my own personal films at youtube.com/poopy diarrhea. That's POOPY. Thank you so much, and good night.